to the Quick Fit Formula. I'm Tony DiLorenzo. Today I'm excited to bring you Chad Hamzeh, the co-founder of 40minutestofitness.com. Chad is a former MMA fighter, mixed martial arts. He has 18 fights underneath his belt. He now is an MMA coach and trainer. I am excited for you to learn from all of Chad's experiences in MMA, the types of workouts he does that change so that your body can change to what you want it to be. So, without further ado, let's join Chad. Welcome, Chad.
How's it going?
Good, man. I'm glad you're on with us this morning.
Oh, it's good to be here. Looking forward to it.
Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it because I've never interviewed an MMA fighter before.
Yeah, no, it's a little unique, I guess. Different profession, right? So, absolutely.
Totally. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to learning a lot from you as well, and I know our audience is going to learn a lot from your insights, your training, your fighting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So let's get right into it, man. For those who aren't familiar with you, tell us about yourself.
Okay, so I'm 31 years old right now. I'm living in Calgary, Canada, Great White North. It's like minus 20 today, I think, and living with my wife and my 8-month-old daughter. That's our first daughter, and she fights as well. My wife, well, she used to. She's got about 9 pro fights. So
MMA as well.
No, she fights Muay Thai, like kickboxing. So
okay.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and so I started working out when I was about 13, and not in terms of the MMA training. Just I played rugby for 6 years, and just in the beginning it was all about putting muscle and that sort of thing on, but really around 2000, I started doing the MMA training, and I started fighting, and currently I got 18 fights right now. I train MMA fighters and train myself when I can, but I also train other people from all walks of life, so it's pretty cool. Like, it's great. So, you know, I really enjoy it. The MMA training is a little different for a lot of people, but yeah, so like I said, 18 fights right now, so my wife's got 9.
MMA, for all of you who don't know, mixed martial arts.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of times what I tell people is just ultimate fighting, and they understand what we're talking about, right? Okay. So, because when you say MMA, mixed martial arts is the actual name of the sport, but ultimate fighting it's been branded so well that that's what people seem to know.
Yeah. And so you started this in 2000, so 10 years now. You've been doing training and fighting in MMA? Yeah,
well, the thing is, like, when I originally saw the UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship back in 1993 when I was 13 years old. Okay. And when I was 8 years old, I saw Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I was like, man, this would be the coolest thing if this was real. And then, you know, fast forward 5 years later, my brother brings home the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and I'm like, man, this is actually real. So okay. this exists. So I was like, I got to do this one day. But back then in '93, there wasn't a lot of places you could really train the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and stuff and that sort of thing. Okay. So what I ended up doing is I just went on, you know, with my training. I went into rugby eventually. I loved rugby. Rugby's a great sport. And around 2000, I found a gym that I teach at right now in my spare time called Knuckles Mixed Martial Arts. And that's a funny name, yeah, I know. But yeah, so right at that point, you know, I joined up and I started training, and then from there, I think I had my first fight in 2001. So it was after only a year of training, which is kind of quick to get into it. But after that, yeah. So then I just started having a few fights, and I had some layoffs here and there, but always kept training. And actually, pretty cool thing. Just back in 2008, my wife and I went to Thailand for about a year, and we trained and fought full time, and that was very, very cool. Yeah. So. I mean, that was, you know, that was awesome. Like training 3 to 6 hours a day, you know, every day. So it was just great to be in that full-time environment where, you know, you could just train all the time. It was just a dream come true, kind of. So
you and your wife, did you guys meet each other while you were training for MMA fights?
No, actually. It's funny. We met online, and
wow.
But way back when, you know, way back when it was just like chat rooms, like. You know, Facebook makes it easy to pick someone up now and stuff, but this was just like chat rooms and stuff, and so that was back probably in 2003, and it was funny because it was 2 weeks from a fight that I had coming up. So my cauliflower ear was all swollen out and everything. And when she met me, and it was just, you know, I was looking a little beat up and stuff with all the training. But yeah, no, we just met online, and then she eventually just got into it.
Because you were doing it, she found a love for it.
Yeah, and she said that before she was kind of interested in it, but for someone who just got into it as a hobby, she's done really, really well. She's she's pretty good at it. She's more calm than I am when she fights. so it's kind of funny.
When it comes to training, though, and obviously you got an 8-month-old, so she wasn't training hard while she was pregnant. But prior to that, were you guys doing a lot of training together? Did you guys have certain training schedules that you worked on and she worked on, but were at the gym at the same time, or did your workouts at home at the same time?
Yeah, well, we would in Thailand anyway, of course, right? I mean, we were always in the training at the same time, right? Yeah. And then a lot of the times before Thailand, we would go to the gym, and for the Muay Thai training, our Muay Thai trainer, he's one and the same, so he would kind of train both of us and that sort of thing. Okay. And so it was cool that way. Like, and sometimes I would train her. Like, I could put the mitts on, put the pads on, and train her. I actually did that when she was pregnant, and I wish I had a video of this, because she had this like 7-month-old, this 7-month belly on her, and she's hitting mitts and stuff. It looked pretty funny, but yeah, we always make time. Even now, though, we take our baby Zahara, we take her to the gym with us.
Cool.
And